Not all liposuction is the same. Here's why the technology we use here at Peak Plastic Surgery Center is different and will give you the results that you're hoping to achieve initially. Hi, I'm Dr. Eric Barker. I'm the plastic surgeon here at Peak Plastic Surgery Center who specializes in cosmetic breast and body surgery. So the question of what is VASER liposuction and how is it different from other modalities of liposuction is an extremely important question for my patients at Peak Plastic Surgery Center in Denver, Colorado. Reason for that is VASER liposuction is actually two procedures in one. VASER is a high ultrasound frequency technology that preps the field and also does multiple other things to the skin, the surrounding tissues, prior to taking the fat out through liposuction. So when you think about liposuction is just a mechanical removal of fat cells in the subcutaneous area, which is the area between your skin and the muscle layer. What VASER does is it gently removes the fat from the surrounding architecture. It melts that fat, but does not kill it, keeps the architecture intact, and tightens the skin over the top of the area. This all happens before I remove the fat with power-assisted liposuction to ensure that there is the least amount of trauma to the tissues so that I can obtain the most contoured and dramatic results possible. So when asked the question, is VASER liposuction a weight loss procedure or is it a body contouring procedure? This needs to be very well understood. VASER liposuction is not a weight loss procedure. Now, while you will lose weight from VASER liposuction because we are removing fat cells, the goal of this procedure is not weight loss. The goal of this procedure is improving contours and lines of the body to obtain the silhouette and the overall contour you're hoping to achieve that you cannot with diet and exercise alone. When talking about VASER liposuction, and the best candidate for it, typically patients that are overall healthy and at an overall stable weight are the best candidates for VASER liposuction. The reason for this is because the procedure itself will obtain the optimal results and the recovery will go as smooth as possible because you're in a good, healthy state. When we talk about the optimal BMI and or weight range, this really depends on the patient. So when you come in for your consultation, we will not only go over your current weight, your current BMI, also the procedure itself. I will go over what are the expectations, realistic and unrealistic, so that you can make this decision to proceed with the most amount of confidence possible. So when talking about areas of the body that VASER liposuction can address, it really is all areas that liposuction can be completed on. When we talk about that, that is typically the submental or the neck area, the upper arms, the chest for men, abdomen, waist hip area, the upper back area, the thighs. Even the calves can be sculpted to an extent. So really it is a full body possibility. Each area needs to be treated differently and for each patient individually. So when talking about VASER liposuction in skin, it is very important to know that VASER does address the skin in terms of tightening. Now, is the skin tightening that you obtain from VASER liposuction the same as any other modality? No, because each modality is different. Many skin tightening devices involved with heat or cooling. What VASER is also with heat but not radio frequency. It is from the intense vibrations from the ultrasonic frequency pulsations from the VASER probe. However, you do get a very nice contour and a very significant amount of skin tightening that you will not obtain with other standard liposuction procedures. So after VASER liposuction, recovery is different for each patient. The reason for this is it depends on how much are we doing for each patient. Some patient may come in for just abdominal VASER liposuction. Some patients may come in for 360 high definition full body VASER liposuction. So each recovery is going to be different, but in general, when I talk to my patients about time off work, if you're having VASER liposuction, it is typically 2 to 3 days. When we talk about recovery, you're going to have 6 weeks of restrictions, but in a graded way, meaning I'm going to slowly decrease your restrictions throughout your recovery process so that you are not staying at one level the entire time. And when we talk about compression garments and or lymphatic massages, each area is different. However, the way you can think about it is you'll be using a compression garment for a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. And we will always recommend having a lymphatic drainage procedure afterwards. However, you don't need it. This is just to help with the timeline of recovery because you will lose the swelling quicker and you'll see results faster. When talking about VASER liposuction results, this is one of the main benefits to VASER liposuction. The majority of my patients here at Peak Plastic Surgery will see their final results in about 3 to 4 months after VASER liposuction. Now, when you're talking about traditional liposuction and many other modalities of liposuction, their results are typically not seen for anywhere from 6 up to 12 to 18 months. So when we're talking about VASER liposuction at my practice here at Peak Plastic Surgery, the typical patient will see their results much quicker than traditional liposuction procedure results. When talking about VASER liposuction, I get the question all the time, will my fat cells grow back? What liposuction is at its core is a mechanical removal of fat cells. That does not mean when I take fat out of one area of the body, another area of the body will grow fat cells or become more fatty appearing. The main thing is just getting on a good diet and exercise routine to make sure you maintain the current shape that you received after your VASER liposuction. If you gain weight or lose weight afterwards, you're going to do it symmetrically in how you would have prior to the liposuction. I'm not changing the physiology. We're just resetting your baseline of where you are standing in your body contour. So again, you still can gain fat in the areas after VASER liposuction, but you can also lose fats and weight in those areas after VASER liposuction. So you just need to maintain a good diet and exercise routine to ensure your results are long lasting.